ladies and gentlemen on YouTube. My name is Robert Serrano Jr. and I am the natural born thriller because I'm the natural and I'm born to be the thriller. And if you don't like it, beat it. I'm just saying. So, YouTubers, what's going on? Just want to say welcome to the very first NXT review, the show from December 6th, 2017. And what you be getting from me, as obviously with quick results, thoughts, analysis, rants, and a couple other things too. But yeah, let's get to the show. I apologize for that, by the way. I don't know why it was looking all blurry, but whatever. But here's the bright side of this, everyone. This time, y'all can see me clearly, and you can see the background clearly too, by the way, because it's not time for my little brother to go to bed yet. So just give me one moment. I can get everything else set up here, so I can get ready to start this. To give you this review. Just give me one moment. Maybe this is more better. Nope. All right, I think that's more. I think that's better now. I think. Nope, it's doing better. I'll get it right. Just give me time. I'll get everything all set up here. All right. So yeah, I'll be giving you all folks on YouTube, all you YouTubers, I'll be giving you this NXT review, my very first ever NXT review right here on YouTube. Now I don't remember if I ever did a solo NXT review, a while back, when I was usually doing these YouTube videos, in the past. But in case I didn't, this will be my actually my first. So let's get to the show. So like I said, this will be your NXT review. This will be the December 6, 2017 edition. So let's get right to it. They're in Full Sail University, in Winter Park, Florida. You have Percy Watson, Mauro Ranallo, and Nigel McGuinness on commentary. Now the show started off with William Regal making these announcements that there's going to be a series of one-on-one matches that's going to play out, or who's going to qualify into the Fatal 4-Way match. And not just any type of Fatal 4-Way match, but a Fatal 4-Way match that's going to determine a new number one contender for the next takeover event, which is going to be an NXT Takeover Philadelphia. That's going to be during Royal Rumble weekend. Can't wait for that show to come out, which is going to be in 2018, but still. And the reason why this announcement was announced by William Regal is because, for those who don't know, Drew McIntyre, former NXT champion, who unfortunately suffered an injury. Now, I think originally it was supposed to be a feud going back and forth between Drew McIntyre and the new NXT champion, Andrade, Cien, Almas. But like I said, because Drew McIntyre suffered an injury, basically the injury was he had a torn bicep. I believe it was from his left side. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it was his left side. And it happened during the TakeOver War Games event in Houston, Texas. So this is William Regal's announcement that there's going to be a couple of NXT wrestlers that will compete in one-on-one matches, weeks prior to those. But basically, they just did two of them tonight, and there'll be doing two more next week, and we'll get to more of that later. And then in 2 weeks, I'm assuming that's going to be we're going to get a determined number one contender for that during that Fatal 4-Way match when we get to it. But so yeah, that was basically the story about this whole thing, and that's it's nice that William Regal opened up the show. William Regal, who is the NXT general manager. But yeah, nice that he made that announcement, and we'll see how the series of tournaments goes out, and I'll let you know how about the tournament when we get to it. So now let's move on to what happened next. We get the championship coronation for the new NXT champion, Andrade Cien Almas. and he's being copied by his business manager. I'm just doing that quotation out there, out of nowhere. Maybe they're more than that. You know, considering that Selena Vega, who goes by her real name, Trinidad, who's no longer dating Austin Aries. For those who don't know, Austin Aries is no longer with the WWE basically. So I'm assuming Austin Aries cut ties being in a relationship with Dina Trinidad, who's now Selena Vega in NXT. So anyways, so he's coming out. He's in a suit, as always, because he's always wearing a suit, and plus he's a champion. He's got to carry himself like a champion. And you got Selena Vega, is so excited for Andrade Cien Almas being the champion. Andrade Cien Almas, he's carrying the belt with him on his shoulder. He's basically gloating to everyone, around ringside, the fans, that he's the champion, because he told them that he's the new champ. He was going to become the new champion, and he did. So we got Selena Vega saying, basically, putting over Andrade Cien Almas by saying he's the man, he's the legend, and he is the NXT champion. He is Andrade Cien Almas. So now Andrade gets on the microphone. He starts talking to other people. I told you all that I was going to become the NXT champion, and he is. And he was talking also a little bit in Spanish too as well. And he starts talking about how he beat and hurt Drew McIntyre, and then and he was like saying I'm sorry to everyone, but he was saying it in the heel and a not so sorry way, which was nice the way he was doing it, because he's a heel. He talks about that this is his NXT, because he is the NXT champion, and he is the legend, Andrade Cien Almas. So basically, what they're doing here is that they're doing this angle where he's going to be the legend of Andrade Cien Almas, because Andrade Cien Almas has done something that he's worked for since he's been there on NXT, and has become the NXT champion, and it's well deserved. I just wish there was a you deserve it chant for Andrade Cien Almas. I'm just saying. Well, that being said, but yeah, I thought it was a good segment, to open up where Andrade Cien Almas. And I enjoyed it too. I enjoyed that he had a nice NXT championship coronation. He deserves it. Way better than Roman Reigns. I'm just saying. Fact. Next we get Lars Sullivan. He gets interviewed backstage. I mean, not backstage, like outside of Full Sail. He talks about his opponent. That's gonna be because he's gonna be competing in his series of one-on-one matches, where he's competing on trying to get into the Fatal 4-Way No More Contendership match, and it's gonna be Lars Sullivan versus Roderick Strong. And that's when by the way, we're gonna announce that too. By the way, I didn't get to mention that part. And also another thing they mentioned too, when Rigo also announced that it's gonna be Cassius Ohno, who's gonna be part of the one-on-one match too, against the Velveteen Dream. But unfortunately, the Velveteen Dream has suffered an injury back in Takeover War Games, but it was never announced that he suffered an injury. But maybe there was kind of secret and all that. I don't know. I'm just giving the benefit of the doubt of why they didn't why the WWE didn't they didn't tell us about Velveteen Dream also got hurt too. So I don't know. I thought it was weird because it kind of makes sense too, because we haven't seen the Velveteen Dream since Takeover War Games. So I don't know, but I hope he's alright though. It's despite how I don't like his character, but I hope he's alright. Wherever the injury he's going through. But when we go, what's going show Cassius Ohno whose opponent's going to be later on, which it was going to be a surprise, but we'll get that later. So, Lars Sullivan, he talks about Roderick Strong. That's going to be his opponent for next week, because next week it's going to be the continuation of these one-on-one matches. That's going to have them compete in this Fatal 4-Way No More Contendership match for the next 2 weeks. So Lars Sullivan's talking about Roderick Strong, how he's basically pulling over how a great competitor he is. He talks about how he looks like he could be a type of guy to be on Man's Fitness magazine, something like that. And because the way that Roderick Strong is built and everything. And Lars Sullivan talks about how he has no family. And the reason he mentioned that is because he's talking about how Roderick Strong he talked about how he's got a family, but Lars Sullivan talks about how he has no family because of his character. Lars Sullivan is supposed to be a freak of nature, and we don't know much about him. So But we know much about Roger Strong. Roger Strong. We know about him. But we don't know that much about Lars Sullivan. All we know is that he's a freak of nature, and he's a dangerous wrestler on NXT. So that's best we could talk about that when it comes to that. But Lars Sullivan talks about that nothing's going to stop Lars Sullivan, not Roger Strong, not Andrade Cien Almas, not nobody. Basically, he's putting everyone on notice that no one is going to stop Lars Sullivan. And he says he's going to have the NXT Championship, and it will be in his hands. And he's and the interview from there, and the interviewers will try to get more questions from him, and then also he looks back at them with a serious look on his face, and then and then they backed off. I thought that was funny though. But yeah, I thought it was a very good promo by Lars Sullivan. And for those who watch NXT, yeah, I'm pretty sure you thought about that the same way too. So. Okay. Oh wait. Also, I need to mention, folks. I made a little mistake there. From the beginning, from the beginning, where I was talking about Lars Sullivan. About Lars Sullivan versus Roger Strong. That's gonna be part of these one-on-one matches for the Fatal 4-Way qualifying no contendership match. That match will be next week. The match that we're going to announce for tonight's show, from earlier tonight, it was Trent Seven versus Killian Dane. That's one that I meant to say. My apologies. But the other one, catches Ono, and and again, it was supposed to be the Velveteen Dream, but he got hurt. But the replacement is in order. And again, I'll get to that later. So speaking of Trent Seven versus Killian Dane, that's the match we get. This is the first match beginning for the series of tournament to who's going to compete in the Fatal 4-Way no more contendership match in the next 2 weeks. So yeah, Trent Seven versus Killian Dane. Match itself was pretty good. Obviously, Killian Dane was being the dominant factor of it, because they're booking him very strong to be one of the muscle and the most dangerous member of Sanity. Trent Seven, he was holding his own. He had some good offense, but it was a lot of good strong style stiff moves between these two guys. But in the end, Killian Dane ends up winning with the I guess you could say the Killian bomb. Basically like the Vader bomb, from the second, when Vader goes on the second rope. I mean, and he starts jumping on. He's basically hopping on the second rope, and then he jumps off and then lands on his opponent, basically squashing them. That's what Killian Dane did to Trent Seven. So that's what Killian Dane did in the match. So Killian Dane wins the match, and I thought it was a good match too. What good way to kick off the first match for NXT for this week, and I thought it was pretty good. Next we get Undisputed, which I don't like calling them I don't like calling them the Undisputed Era, because to me it sounds like a stupid name. I'd rather had to be called the Undisputed, or maybe the Undisputed System. I don't know, but I don't like the name of the Undisputed Era, because it just sounds so stupid the way their factions are called the Undisputed Era. It makes no sense. I mean, it would make more sense if they were called the Undisputed System, but whatever. But for those who don't know, the Undisputed Era, which I'm calling them by the Undisputed, because to me, Undisputed Era is a dumb name. So I'm just going to call it Undisputed. So Undisputed is Adam Cole, baby! Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, Red Dragon. But WWE is not calling them Red Dragon though, which is fine, because I don't want WWE basically I don't want the WWE to own the ownerships of the tag team name Red Dragon. That's why. So I'm fine with with WWE just calling them by Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish instead, because I don't want WWE to take the name of Red Dragon. I'm just saying. But basically, Adam Cole, baby. He talks about his opponent for next week, Aleister Black. He talks about how Aleister Black is not on his level. Bullshit. Because Aleister Black is better. He's above Adam Cole's level. I'm just saying, but I guess I understand why he's saying that, because he's a heel and he's got make himself look good, make himself feel all confident about he's got his type of level to beat the type of level that Aleister Black does, And for those who know for those of you who don't know who Aleister Black is, AKA Tommy N. But in WWE they call him Aleister Black. So, and then we get Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, they basically talk about Sanity, because Sanity, which is Eric Young, who's the leader, and you got Alexander Wolf, who's also part of Sanity, and they're the tag team champions, the NXT tag team champions, and they talk about how they want a shot at them, and I think they're gonna get a shot at them next week. I don't remember if it's next week or in 2 weeks. I don't remember, but basically, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, they're gonna get a tag team title shot against Sanity for the NXT tag team championship, and they talk about how they shocked the system at War Games. Takeover War Games in the War Games match, or should I say the WWE's War Games match, which I called it the steel cage surrounding 2 rings, because there was no roof for that cage. They call it War Games, but it's not really War Games, because the original War Games is where they had a steel cage with the roof on to cover up the cage, and then they have that. So to me, it's not War Games, but whatever. And basically to end the segment. On their promos, basically, they talk about how they're gonna keep tracking the system, because they're undisputed. So I thought it's good though. I thought it's good. I enjoy Adam Cole. I enjoy Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. Especially when they were in Ring of Honor. So, but I don't think WWE. I don't think they can go that far, because WWE. I don't think they're gonna utilize them that much, anyways. What else is new with the WWE, right? But anyways, Ruby Riott versus Sonya Deville in the no holds barred match, which means there's no rope breaks, there's no rules. They can use weapons if they want. Do they use weapons? No, which is unfortunate. But I still enjoyed the match though for what it was. And basically the story here was that Sonya Deville wants to beat Ruby Riott, because Ruby Riott has been feuding, I guess you could say feuding with Sonya Deville for the past few weeks, where Sonya Deville was blaming Ruby Riott for you should have just tapped out and you would have never been hurt. So then Ruby Riott basically challenged Sonya Deville to a match, which it happened at Takeover. Well, actually, the Dark House, a dark show, should I say, of Takeover, but then they aired it, on the same week of NXT, basically the next NXT show. Just like the match with Johnny Gargano and Pete Dunne for the UK Championship. So yeah, in that match, Ruby Riott got to the ropes, and Sonya Deville had to let go of it, and then Ruby Riott hit her Riot kick to win the match against Sonya Deville. So now we get to this match where they decided to call it a no holds barred match between these two. So, and I also said it when they made this announcement for this match. I'm like, yeah, I'm excited for this match, and now we're gonna get to it. And also I also said that Sonya Deville should win, because this is her type of match, and she should have the few advantages of it. And sure enough, she did. And match itself was pretty good between both Ruby Riott and Sonya Deville. A lot of cool spots in the match, back and forth. Sonya Deville obviously looked the stronger in the match. At one point, Ruby Riott was going for a kick, right? Basically the right kick, but then Sonya Deville catches her ankle, turns into an ankle lock, but the way it looked like it wasn't they looked like an ankle lock to me. So Nigel McGuinness on commentary said it's an Achilles heel lock, basically the way he said it. Like, oh yeah, that was clever. Nigel McGuinness, he's the man. He knows how to get the job done on commentary. He always does, especially during his time in Ring of Honor too. So in the match, Ruby Riott is close to because Sonya Deville got her in that Achilles heel lock. Ruby Riott got to the ropes, right? The referee's like, no rope break, but it was smart for Ruby Riott to get to the ropes anyways, because Ruby Riott wants to get up, so that she could get more leverage to try to fight out of the hole, and sure enough, she did. So yeah, like I said, they went back and forth. There was no weapons, unfortunately, but it was still good. Basically, because it was no holds barred, I was expecting weapons, but based on how they were wrestling, they didn't need weapons. I still enjoyed the match for what it was. So Ruby Riott was getting into the ring. Also, Sonya Deville catches her with the triangle hold, basically the triangle choke. I don't know how it was done. I'm trying to remember how it was done, but Ruby Riott, I think she may have got kicked something like that on the member, because I think she was trying to get back in the ring, and she was on the ropes, by the way, as Sonya Deville got that triangle hold on her, and basically the triangle choke basically. Ruby Riott, she refused to tap out. So what happens? She passes out. So basically she got told it was basically a total knockout where the referee just called for the bell because Ruby Riott didn't answer to the referee. So the referee did the right thing there and called for the bell. So yeah, Sonya Deville wins the match, and yeah, right call there. It protect Ruby Riott the way that she lost, and hopefully we get more of these two to wrestle each other on NXT before they decide to make the full move to the main roster. And for those who don't know, I'm pretty sure you already do know, but for those who don't know, Ruby Riott, who's the leader of the Riott Squad for SmackDown, with Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, is on SmackDown. And you got Sonya Deville, who's part of the Absolution, which the leader is Paige, and then you got Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville in there on Raw. So they're gonna do whatever they can on NXT, and then when they finally they're done with NXT, then they get to make the full move to the main roster. I mean, they're already on the main roster though, but I'm just saying that way. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that they'll be done with NXT whenever WWE decides to finish off their feud between the two. So I'm assuming we're going to see a rubber match between the two. Hopefully, we get 2 or 3 falls between these two, based on how they feuding. You know, with Ruby Riott getting the win, and then we get Sonya Deville getting the win. Hopefully, we get another one between these two. That'll be the end of the match. I mean, the other feud, and it should be 2 or 3 falls between these two. Now, as far as who I want to win, I want Sonya Deville to win. I think she should win. She deserves it. And Ruby Riott, I love her too, by the way. You know, Heidi Lovelace. That's her indie name. But Ruby Riott should be fine though. She'll be fine with her losing to Sonya Deville. And plus, WWE is higher on Sonya Deville anyway, so. Next we get Ember Moon. She's being interviewed by a couple of people back outside of Full Sail about her being the NXT Women's Champion. So she talks about how it was a dream come true. It was her destiny to become the champion. Yeah, because that's her character. And then also we get the Iconic Duel, which is which is Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. They interrupt Ember Moon's basically interrupt her interview. And Peyton Royce basically points out that she never lost a match. It was Nikki Cross who lost the match. So she deserves a shot of the NXT Championship. Which makes no sense, though, because... Well, actually, it does make sense in a way that Peyton Royce is pointing out. But are we also forgetting that, Kairi Sane was also in the match, too? I'm just saying. And here's another thing. Peyton Royce lost a match against Kairi Sane last week. Shouldn't Kairi Sane get the shot of the title instead of Peyton Royce? I mean, doesn't Kairi Sane get a Sane of her getting a shot of the NXT Championship title because she didn't lose either? So Peyton Royce and Kairi Sane from that 4-way match at Takeover War Games, both of them didn't lose. Nikki Cross, she lost, obviously. Ember Moon became the champion on that night. So why is it that Peyton Royce is stepping up to Ember Moon to get a shot at the title, and we don't see Kairi Sane getting any Sane of this all? And she was not even on the show either. Kairi Sane, I don't understand that. And keep in mind, last week on NXT, they just had a match, Kairi Sane versus Peyton Royce, and Peyton Royce ends up being on the show this week, to confront Ember Moon about this whole situation, but no sign of Kairi Sane. I don't get it. I don't understand. To me, I thought it was, booking wise, I think it was done wrong here. They should have Kairi Sane to be involved too. So, but that's just me. But anyways, so then also Ember Moon decides to talk to let the Iconic Duel to decide who wants to face her. And then Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, the Iconic Duel, they basically Peyton Royce says herself, and then Billie Kay basically said herself. Basically, they're both, the Iconic Duo are having a disagreement. So then Ember Moon says, I'll let you to decide and all that. And like, wait a minute, so are we going to do are we teasing a breakup between the Iconic Duo, between Peyton Royce and Billie Kay? If it is, I hope not. Because I enjoy these two as an Iconic Duo. And here's another thing. Just because I'm saying that I enjoy these two together, doesn't mean that I enjoy Billie Kay. Billie Kay to me is garbage as a wrestler. Peyton Royce, on the other hand, she's more talented as a wrestler than Billie Kay is. I got nothing against Billie Kay. It's just that she's not a good wrestler. She's not. Peyton Royce is a good wrestler, but basically, there wasn't really arguing. There was, I guess, a friendly debate, to say the least, of who should get an opportunity at the title. So basically, it came down to where it's going to be Peyton Royce. So Peyton Royce is going to get the opportunity. So hopefully they're not thinking about teasing a breakup between these two. And if they do, I want Billie Kay to be the heel and Peyton Royce to be the babyface, because Peyton Royce, she's over. If you look at the icon duel between Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, Peyton Royce is more over than Billie Kay is. But anyways, and plus Billie Kay is more active on Twitter. She is. All right, and then we get to an announcement that NXT is going to have Pete Dunne to defend his UK Championship title against Tyler Bate. Not next week though, but in 2 weeks. And I got a problem with that, folks, because why the fuck would they have the match in 2 weeks when they should have it for next week? Because next week is an important week for WWE. Because WWE is going to be having the USA shows for when it comes to Raw, SmackDown, NXT for the first time to be on USA Network, to see how that's going to turn out, and Tribute to the Troops. So you got Mondays, WWE Raw on USA Network, SmackDown on the Tuesdays on the USA Network, NXT for the very first time to be on the USA Network, and then you got Tribute to the Troops, which is going to be on, I believe, on the Thursday on the USA Network. So 4 weeks of, four events for WWE, and one for that 1 week, which is next week. All next week is going to be about WWE week. So why would NXT would not capitalize that week where they're going to have Kevin Dunn defend his UK Championship title against Tyler Bate? To me, again, poor booking decision there. Poor booking decision. They should have that match for next week instead of 2 weeks. I don't understand. Oh, speaking of Pete Dunne, I want to call out Roman Hall Productions, because for those who don't remember the video that I did about Roman Hall Productions, where he's talking about how fans are complaining about Roman Reigns carrying the championship belt like a backpack, basically the Intercontinental Championship belt like a backpack, and basically he's upset about that because fans are complaining about Roman Reigns carrying the belt like it's nothing, which is true. Roman Reigns is carrying the belt like it's nothing. You got Roman Hall Productions talking about how, well, Stone Cold carried the belt like it was nothing, The Rock carried the belt like it was nothing, and just about how Eminem carried the tag team belts like it was nothing, based on how they were carrying it. Also talk about how guys like the Usos, well, he actually showed pictures of them, but like the Usos, and talk about Dolph Ziggler as well. He also talked about Dolph Ziggler, how he carried the belt, when it comes to shaking his ass and all that. And then talk about Pete Dunne, about the way he carried the belt, basically the UK Championship belt. In case that Roman Hall Productions doesn't know about Pete Dunne is a bruiserweight. That's his character, and he didn't just do it with the UK Championship belt. Before he was the UK champion, he's been in other promotions where he does that all the time. And you want to talk about how Pete Dunne's gonna carry the belt, by basically this is what I mean about how Pete Dunne does it. Pretend this belt is a championship belt. Pete Dunne, and yes, it's going to get weird, folks, but Pete Dunne, he grabs his championship belt and does this. Basically, that's how he carries the belt. And then what he does after that, he puts it around his shoulder and carries it like he's a champion. Unlike Roman Reigns, he carries the belt like this, like it's a backpack, like it means nothing. Because Roman Reigns has no respect. And here's another thing, Umaga, who was a former WWE Intercontinental Champion during his time, he also carried the belt with his team before as well, to take pictures, photo ops and all that. But he's not complaining about that though. And it makes sense for Umaga to carry the belt like that. The late great Umaga, rest in peace to Umaga, by the way. It makes sense for Umaga to carry the belt like that because Umaga is portrayed as being a Samoan savage, the Samoan bulldozer, who's a beast and out of control and all that, right? And Pete Dunne is the exact same thing, except Pete Dunne, like I said, he's a bruiserweight. That's his character. He's a bruiserweight. But yeah, but I'm going too long with that though. Let me get back to this review. So, anyways, my point is, folks, about Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, the match, it should have been next week. It should have been next week. Because next week is going to be a big deal for WWE where it comes to the WWE's WWE week. Because again, Raw on Mondays, SmackDown on Tuesdays, NXT on a Wednesday on the USA Network, and the Tribute to the Troops. Again, all these events that WWE is doing for next week is going to be, on USA Network for next week. And for some reason, WWE does not want the UK Championship title belt to happen on next week's NXT show, but we're going to do it in 2 weeks then. I don't get it. But whatever. But maybe I'm just nitpicking that much, but still, I'm just pointing out that it's a poor decision that WWE is making. I mean, they're making a big deal for next week to be a huge deal where WWE is going to have all these shows on the USA Network. So why not capitalize on it? I'm just saying. By the way, I read a comment here from someone. Creep. Sorry. Nice. I don't know. I guess you meant the I guess you called me a creep because I was doing this. Shout out to Pete Dunne, by the way. That's how he carries the belt. But yeah, thank you for the comments though, and thank you for watching too. So let's get back to this now. I'm about to wrap it up here, folks. So here we go. So also we get to William Regal. He's backstage talking to Cassius Ohno. Basically Cassius Ohno's gonna get warm up for this match, and when Regal, basically we couldn't hear them because they were playing the music and everything, and plus the way they do it, they don't want us to hear them anyways. They basically mute the audio of them talking. Because I guess they don't want to discuss who's going to face Cassius Ohno. So Regal is talking to Cassius Ohno to prepare him this main event match against a mystery partner, mystery opponent for him. Because again, Velveteen Dream is not going to be wrestling because he's injured. So someone else is going to replace him for the opportunity to be in the Fatal 4-Way No More Contention match in the next 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm about to get that momentarily though, of who ends up being Cassius Ohno's opponent. Also, let me get to a video vignette, folks. It's show a person. It didn't actually show the person's like you see me right now. It actually showed the person, basically a shadow of that person. And it says soon. And the way they had the word soon on there, they had the O's to look like I'm trying to remember what it looked like. I think it looked like the logo of the spades. I think that's what it looked like. But my point is, someone's gonna be making the debut on NXT pretty soon. I don't know who it's gonna be. I can't even tell who it's gonna be. Based on how they show the shadow and everything, I don't know who it is, and I don't want to be spoiled, by the way. If you know who that person is, please don't spoil it for me. I want to be surprised to see who it's gonna be. Because I'm excited to see who's going to be, whoever's going to be coming soon to NXT. Hopefully it's a big deal of this person, but we'll see. But my point is, someone's making this debut. I don't know who it is. They show a shadow of this person, but we'll find out pretty soon. But next week, they announced there's going to be Aleister Black versus Adam Cole, baby, and it's going to be Ember Moon versus Peyton Royce. Now, I don't remember if it's going to be for the NXT Women's Championship, or it's just going to be a non-title match. But I'm assuming it is going to be the NXT Women's Championship because Peyton Royce's argument is that she didn't lose the match at NXT TakeOver War Games. It was Nikki Cross who lost the match, so she deserves another opportunity for the NXT Championship. But again, I'll talk about Kairi Sane. She didn't lose the match either, and she beat Peyton Royce last week. So where's Kairi Sane in all this? Again, bad booking on the show, folks, and that's my nitpick. I guess that's my nitpick of it when it comes to bad booking for the NXT for this week. I think they also announced Lars Sullivan versus Roderick Strong too, because keep in mind they're doing these series of one-on-one tournaments between these competitors to get the spot for the Fatal 4-Way No More Contention match for the next 2 weeks. So far we got one on the way so far. Killian Dane wins the match. He advanced. Now we need this next match, which I'm about to get to right now. So next we get to Cassius Ohno versus, again, it was supposed to be Velveteen Dream, but unfortunately, like I said, Velveteen Dream can't compete. He's injured. So who ends up being the replacement? Johnny Gargano, aka Johnny Wrestling. And as we're getting ready to start the match, the bell rings. Also, we get fans doing a dueling chant of Johnny Wrestling and Cassius Ohno. They were white hot for this match to get started. So the match basically it was like a David versus Goliath match because Cassius Ohno he's a big guy, and Johnny Gargano obviously is a small guy. So basically like it was a David versus Goliath storytelling. This was. So, like I said, the match began, and like I said, there was some dueling chants of Johnny Wrestling and Cassius Ohno chants. Everyone was into it. I was into it. So the match got underway. Hard hitting match. Hard hitting. All these strong styles type of shots to each other. For Gargano and Cassius Ohno. But again, Cassius Ohno was having the dominant factor in this match. And again, it was a main event match, and everyone was into the match. I was into the match. I don't know if any of you watched NXT, but I'm sure y'all were into the match too. But yeah, it was an amazing match between these two. Amazing main event match to end the show. I didn't care who won. I didn't care who won between these two. But we did get who ends up winning, which it's a big deal for this guy to win, because based on the storytelling and and based on how everything has been going on with this guy, for over the last few months, for this year. So they're going at it. They start fighting in the ring, and they start doing some cool high flying moves outside the ring. It was insane spot at the spot. So then we get to the finish. So Cassius Ohno had also we had false finishes between both Gargano and Ohno. So in the end, Cassius Ohno, I try to remember what he's trying to go for. But Johnny Gargano is countering and all that. He started going all these strikes onto Ohno. Also, he goes for his Gargan no escape, which is his finishing move. His submission is basically a submission. So Cassius Ohno, he couldn't fight out of it, so he had no choice but to tap out. Basically, like when it comes to Gargano's submission hold, it's called the Gargan no escape. So there was no way for Ohno to escape. So he couldn't escape, so he tapped out, and Johnny Gargano wins the match. And everyone was popping for Gargano to winning. And again, it makes sense for Johnny Gargano to win because Johnny Gargano has been on multiple losing streaks. He won matches from few there, but he's been also losing matches too. By the way, he's been winning a little matches, but he's been losing a whole lot of matches. But this was his redemption for him to get opportunity to get that spot to be in the fair four-way number one contendership match. So yeah, now we got Killian Dane and Johnny Gargano involved to be qualified into the fair four-way number one contendership match in 2 weeks. Now all we need is 2 more matches to go, which is going to be next week. Again, Aleister Black versus Adam Cole, and we're going to have Lars Sullivan versus Roderick Strong. So now I'm assuming that's going to be next week. By the way, I know the one with Aleister Black and Adam Cole's been next week. I'm assuming that next week is also going to be Lars Sullivan versus Roderick Strong. But I got double check that, but because we got Ember Moon versus Peyton Royce for the NXT Women's Championship, and again I got to double check that too. But I'm assuming it is for the title. But yeah. But as far as who I want to advance, when it comes to Adam Cole versus Aleister Black. Yeah. And when it comes to, well, yeah, and then when it comes to Lars Sullivan versus Roderick Strong, I'm a fan of Roderick Strong, just like I'm also starting to become a fan of Lars Sullivan, but Lars Sullivan, he should win. No disrespect to Roderick Strong, they need to hold him back a little bit more until we get close to WrestleMania weekend for the next Takeover show, but. Yeah, I wanted Lars Sullivan to win this one. So basically after the match, Johnny Gargano, he celebrates and everything. Cassius Ohno is leaving the ring. He's looked disgusted that he didn't get the job done. So then Johnny Gargano told him to come back in, to show respect basically he wasn't the main respect, but he was hoping that maybe that Cassius Ohno will come back. He give him some good sportsmanship, and that's exactly what happened. He actually got on the apron, and then they I think they bumped fists like that. I don't remember either they bumped fists or they shook hands. Either way, but yeah, Cassius Ohno, he showed some sportsmanship to Johnny Gargano, and yeah, it went popular too, by the way. They applaud and all that, and that was the end of the show. Johnny Gargano stands tall, and yeah, we'll see how far Johnny Gargano will go when we get to the Fatal 4-Way. No more contendership match. So, wrestling on NXT. I mean, the amount of wrestling for NXT from December 6, 2017. Wow, only 3. Okay. So yeah, only 3 matches out that took place on for this week's NXT. Which, by the way, they're all good. Like I said, they're all good. All these matches are very good. Trent Seven versus Killian Dane, that was a good match. Ruby Riott versus Sonya Deville, that was a good match. And then the main event. Oh my God, the main event match stole the show basically. The main event match between Cassius Ohno versus Johnny Gargano, that was an amazing match. Best match of the night. Highlight of the match. Highlight of the night. So yeah, this main event match stole the show overall. So with that being said, my overall rating for this week's NXT show, I'm gonna go 8 out of 10. Great show. Well, this was a great show for this week for WWE. And WWE, when it comes to the shows for Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, and NXT, so far they're all good. I mean, I had some complaints there from there and all that, you know. But I thought this week WWE did a good job for when it comes to Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, and NXT. So WWE gets double thumbs up for me for this week. So they did a good job for these shows. So that being said, folks, I'm gonna wrap up from there. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I am Robert Serrano Jr. And if you like this video, give it a like. Hit the like button. If you dislike this video, hit the dislike button. The choice is yours. So that being said, folks, I'm gonna wrap up from there. You all have a good night. You all take care. And I will come back tomorrow, right here on YouTube, Robert Serrano Jr., for the Impact Wrestling review. Yes. So be on the lookout for that one. So you all take care. You all have a good night. I'll talk to you all soon. Peace on the streets. But for now, I'm out.